you for stopping by my channel today. We are going to discuss and try out and see how the brand new Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation works in a very light skin tone called 00 Light Natural. This just came out in a light shade. Hopefully this will be a match or somewhat of a match, or maybe I can get a little bit of a self-tan and it be a match. So we're gonna find out. Put it to the test. I did get out of the shower. I washed my face. I applied some of the Dr. Jart Water Drop Hydrating Moisturizer. This is amazing. Get it in your life if you don't have it. And I also put some of this Nourish Organic eye treatment with avocado and argan oil underneath my eyes, so that's why it looks shiny in that region, because they're getting hydrated up in here. I have hydration going on up in here. The way I love to test new foundations is to use a primer that I am already very familiar with, that is tried and true. I know how it works. And for me, that's going to be the Stila One Step Correct. Why don't we just slap her on? This primer has the different color correctors in it. It has green, pink, and lavender. I wouldn't say that it provides a ton of color correction, but it feels really nice and moisturizing. It doesn't have that silicone type of feel to it like a lot of primers do. It honestly just feels like another layer of hydrator on my face. Evens out a little bit of any redness I have going on. And I just really like it. Okay, primer is done. I'm actually going to let that sit on my face for a minute or two. I find that letting your primer sink into your skin for just a minute or two really makes a difference with how your foundation is going to apply, how the finished result's going to look, and how the longevity of it is going to turn out. This is my theory. It works for me. For this foundation, I want to go in with my Beauty Blender on one side, and on the other side I'm going to go in with this Morphe M439 brush. I like to do one side Beauty Blender and one side a brush. That way I can see which one works better. This is also a brush, and I use my Beauty Blender all the time, so it also helps me kind of control more variables because I know these two things work for me. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender on this side, and let's just see what happens. This definitely has more of a yellow tone than I was expecting. Although it's light, it's a little bit yellow. It's very easy to work into the skin. It feels really nice, very light, and I'm putting it on. I'm really not having any trouble putting it on or blending it in to my face. And this foundation is supposed to be a concealer and a foundation in one, and it also claims to be water resistant. Okay, we've got one layer over here. Now let's see how the brush looks. Okay, so far from what I can see, the Beauty Blender side looks better. The brush did a pretty good job, but I just like the finish that the Beauty Blender gives. I feel like it is more full coverage over here on this side. I'm going to go in with another layer and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to get the brush going here. And one thing about me is that I do not like to put foundation in my orbital bone here, orbital socket area, just because I feel like the under eye area is already very sensitive, and I don't want to put a lot of foundation on it to cake it up. Can you tell a difference between Beauty Blender side and brush side? This foundation definitely needs a minute to set. It's not dry, so a little bit is coming off on my fingers. It's supposed to be waterproof, so I would think that it's going to dry down. I probably put enough on to be full coverage. It's a medium to full coverage foundation. So yeah, it is 1:53 now. I'm going to go get a snack, do the rest of my makeup, and I will check back in with you and we'll see how this situation is working. I'm still not sure on the color match yet. I think it's definitely a little bit too dark, but let's see if it oxidizes and just, you know, what's going on my mug. See you soon. I am back and it's 4:55 p.m. I've had the makeup on for a little while now. It looks a little dry around the mouth area, although when I was eating, I did not get food all over my chin. I put it into my mouth, so I wasn't worried about it coming off there, but it did come off around my nose some, and it's starting to look a little bit cakey. I lost my nose ring. My forehead looks terrible. My bronzer looks really broken up and kind of splotchy. Not sure why. I'm not unhappy with how it looks so far. I mean, it's not necessarily breaking down too bad. It just looks a little bit cakey in some areas. This foundation is supposed to be long wearing, so we will see. I think the color is good. Like I said, if I just put a little bit of self-tanner on, it would be a perfect match. Or if I actually went out in the sun for maybe an hour, no, less than that, then I would get enough color just to make this match perfectly. All right, I will see you in a little bit. I am back with my final check-in. It is 6:49 p.m. So let's see what's going on with my face. I had to blow my nose a few times, so the foundation has rubbed off here around my nose. I switched my lip color, but it did not affect my foundation because I just wiped my lips, not around my whole mouth. So that still looks good. The cheeks look really good. I don't feel like it's patchy. I usually have dry patches right here, kind of where I put my highlight line, and that's not patchy. Ooh, thunder. My forehead is the only area I feel like is an issue. My bronzer is just really broken up. But other than that, I think it actually looks better now than when I checked in last time. It feels like it has become one with my skin. For future uses, I'm going to use my beauty blender for sure to put this on. I'm only going to put a light amount of coverage on my forehead. I don't think it really needs a lot, so I'm not going to put more than I really need to. And of course, I'm going to tan myself a little bit so the color perfectly matches my neck. I don't feel like it oxidized at all. It's done a really good job of keeping the powder products on. Usually powder products, especially blush, which drives me nuts, wears off of my face so easily. And that is not the case today. I can see all my layers. First impression is that I am really happy with this. I am so excited they finally made a lighter shade. I hope they make more lighter shades. It has a beautiful finish. It has amazing coverage. If you already own this foundation but in a different shade, let me know your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Follow me on my social media. I'll put my handles over here. Also leave your Instagram name in the comments below and I will follow you and you can follow me and we can like each other's pictures because it's a loving community here. Let me know if you like these foundation reviews. Trying to make new content all the time, so I'd love your feedback. That's all I have for you. I will see you very